I took it out for granted. I was looking out for family. I was looking out the fastest. I was coming out the baddest. I was cooking, I was trapping. I was looking for the balance. I was looking through the basket. Now my stomach looked the fattest. Big old buckets full of carrots like my enemy. Still I can't see how this can happen. I saw a print in me. I just can't turn around and go back with shit that mentally. I just can't turn around and look backwards, there ain't shit to see. I bumped my head so many times, I done seen so many signs.
Mic check, mic check, mic check the mic, man. Let me see let me see if I got some. I am live. No, that ain't here what I'm looking for though. Let's see. I am live. Shit, Mike. Okay. And just like that, I'm back a little bit late, but still great, man. It is me, BearFeezie, and it is official, man. You have tuned in to live at 5:55 with the God. And I done remain active. This is episode 9. And jump right in, man. This is where you get your morning motivation, inspiration, a news that you can use, a word of encouragement. This show is for folks who really want to make something of themselves, who really want to become some great, they really want to become something, become more than what they've been surrounded with during their lifetime. Just some inspirational. I got a show going at 5:55 in the morning to inspire folks. Sometimes you got to get up early. Sometimes you got to stay up late for what you're really trying to do. It's just another show, man, that my goal is to become an inspirational, motivational speaker where I use my words and would take care of my family with the words that I use and provide for my family with the gift that God done gave me. So this is basically practice, man. This is you have just tuned in to BearFeezie live at 5:55. And I am back, man, with another episode. Staying at it, man. I just got off work, believe it or not, at 5:25. That's why I was a couple minutes late. Drove home, drove home and jumped straight on the mic. I hope my wife ain't mad. I didn't even get in there to see her yet. But I'm on my way. Baby mama, just give me about 15 minutes, man. This is a show of inspiration. And what I wanted to talk about, you gotta be careful who you surround yourself with. You got to be careful with people that you know, who you grow up with. You got to be careful with just people who you sharing your dream with, because it's a lot of dream killers. You got to be careful just what energy you soak in and because you'll turn into somebody else, man. And first of all, man, most of the people that I know where I come from, we from the ghetto. You know what I mean? We're from folks where folks are poor, you know, not only financially, but mentally, just don't have the information to grow into something great. Have never seen it. You know what I mean? We look on TV and the only people that are successful is maybe football players, basketball players. You just rarely see just, success stories in your immediate vicinity. You know what I mean? You can look on TV and, dream about some folks that you see through a screen, or nowadays you can look through your phone, but you rarely just get to somebody that, gonna mentor. Good morning. Shout out to my folks on YouTube. Folks on YouTube always comment. You know what I mean? Hey, be sure to follow me or subscribe on YouTube. But you rarely just get that, man. And I wanted to say this because I moved away and I haven't seen anybody that I've grown up with in a long time. You know what I mean? And I still love them all and got love. And I got a lot of brothers that I haven't talked to in a while. A lot of folks that I haven't been around in a minute that, that I grew up with it from a child. And I, stayed in the area. And most of the time, more times than not, you meet these folks and you grow up around these people. because that's where your parents could afford to live. These, and everything may happen for a reason, but most things are just for a season. And if my mama didn't choose to move in those apartments, or if, if my mama could afford to move in a better neighborhood, or if she had a higher a job that paid her more money, I most likely wouldn't know y'all. You know what I mean? And that's just the honest truth, man. But I'm not that child anymore. You know what I mean? My goals, I got bigger aspirations. I have bigger goals. I am actually trying to do something with my life. And you got to understand that before you try to take people with you, take people along your journey. You got dreams. You want to be this, you want to be that. And you try to include other people in, because that's all you know. That's all we know. That's all we have known. So we just, try to include people in what we got going on, man. Let's get together. Let's come together and do this. Let's, we need to group up and huddle up, man. And we can do this. And they don't have that vision. You know what I mean? They don't want to do better. They don't, have any aspirations for themselves. So most of the time they would rather you not. They would rather you not try to elevate their mind frame. I just want to be high. I just want to be drunk, man. Why we just can't have a good time? I just want to get to the party. I just want to, I don't, you know what I mean? So you got to be careful. And sometimes you will share your dreams and what you really want to do with your life. And you will share that with these people. And bro, you tripping. What do you mean you want to do that? Bro, we from here. This is what we do. We was born and raised. I'm going to be here till I'm no more. You know what I mean? I'm going to die like this. And, so you gotta be mindful of people who you surround yourself with, people who you share your dreams with, and even your family sometimes. You know what I mean? Even your family, you need to get you a job. Even your family will kill dreams. Yeah, that sounds good. And and sometimes you might need to get a job, but that don't mean you have to allow the job to work the dream out of you. Allow the job to use you, and you putting 40, 50, 60 hours a week, into the place of employment to provide for your family or provide for whatever you got going on. But you can't even put an hour a day into what you want to be ultimately, what you really believe your life is meant to do. So don't, tire yourself out and let people, jobs, anything that's your current situation drain you to the where you don't even think you can accomplish nothing on a major level. So you got to be careful who you pouring into and who's pouring into you. You really got to be careful on who's pouring into you, on the energy that you're soaking in. On, I just want to be high energy. I just want to be intoxicated and have fun and party energy. Because it's really time to elevate. It's really and time is of an essence. It's really you really should be spending more time of learning, educating yourself, and attempting to grow. Way more time educating yourself, learning new trades, learning new increasing your thoughts. You really ought to spend time elevating your mind rather than draining energy with alcohol, drugs, things of that nature, man. Because time is of the essence, and tomorrow is not promised. One day you're here, and the next day you're gone. I'm these dead stories are steady pouring in where we losing people, and we're like, man, that was a great person. That was a good woman. That was a great guy. And you know what I mean? You don't know when it's your time to go. So let's be intentive. Let's be intentional on what we really want to do with our lives. Cause once you go, man, people are mourning, cause it's a sad situation. But unless you were really impactful, you know what I mean? Unless you was really impactful, unless you really put in some real work, You know what I mean? These names that go down in the history, people, these people really put some time, effort, and consistent energy into whatever they was doing with their lives. They really dedicated their lives to the point where they died doing what it was they wanted to do. And you know what I mean? And ultimately, I mean, you do need a team. You do need people surrounding you with um you do need to surround yourself with people who, want to contribute to what you have going on. But until you find that team, it's on you. You know what I mean? You don't draw the team in until they see you dedicated to it and like, man, I think I can help him with this. You don't draw the team in until they see you putting the work in and you're actually elevating. At the beginning, it's lonely. So, you know what I mean? If you're not contributing to what I'm trying to do, I really don't want to do this. You know what I mean? If you're not contributing to my plan and my goals, I can see you later, man. I got something to do. It's something really important that's on my mind. It's something really important um that I'm trying to do. So I can't, waste my time with this. I can't waste my time with what you're trying to do. I got more important things to accomplish, to attempt to accomplish. At least I'm trying. I don't have it all in order. I don't have it all figured out yet, but sooner or later I will. And that's the mindset. It ain't gonna happen today, or maybe not tomorrow, but one day, sometime sooner or later, I'm there. And that's the word of encouragement, that I have for today. Be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with. Be careful of what energy, you're taking in, because that shit will become you. And if you hang around nothingness, you're gonna be the next person doing nothing. Don't think you finna lift everybody up and you finna turn, I'm finna turn you up. Hey man, the reason the top is lonely is because folks didn't understand it. They didn't understand me. They didn't support it. They didn't think it was possible. I had to do it by myself. I had to stay down and it was lonely on the climb. That's why the top is lonely, because didn't nobody, I didn't get the support. I didn't get the support. I didn't get the, what I mean? I had to figure it out on my own. So that's why the top is lonely, man, because it was lonely on the climb. So, just be intentional with your days, the minutes, the hours, the days, the weeks, the years that you may have left, and let's actually accomplish something great. Stop just spinning your wheels, and you know what I mean, at the end of the year, you still in the same predicament you were in before. You didn't even try to save. You didn't try to educate yourself on something additional. You didn't try to become nothing. You didn't try to get a team together to accomplish. You didn't have any type of plans. You just went to work and bought some shit that's out of style now. You know what I mean? You went to work, you know what I mean? Now PlayStation 18 coming out. And you got all of them. 4, 5, 6, 7. You Hey, I am BearFeezie. This has been another episode of Live at 5:55. Hopefully this inspired somebody. Hopefully this motivated somebody. Hopefully you will find your purpose on what you want to do with your life and put the work in, put the effort in, and actually accomplish something great. Tune in tomorrow, 5:55 every morning, and see what I'm talking about. Comment if you want me to talk about something specific. Follow me, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Look up at BearFeezie. You can check out my music on Apple Music, Spotify. You can check out videos on YouTube. You can check out this series on my YouTube. Tune in on Mondays. I have for the host for dang, what's the name of the show? Can't even think right now. I'm tired. Damn, I can't even think of the show. Big Game Hunters TV. I do that every Monday at 10. Other than that, man, I am out. Keep doing what you're doing unless you're doing something wrong. Peace.